there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Y'all thinking too hard about all of this, man. Yo, you know what? I'm going to tell you a story, man. I remember back when I was real young, man. Real young. Well, I ain't that young, relatively young. I say in my 20s and shit, right? Early 20s, right? There's this woman, right? I had the whole plan on how to deal with her, right? You know, get the number, get the number, talk to her, go out on some dates, maybe do some romantic thing, get the pussy, right? And I'm thinking I had me like honestly, because she was kind of attractive and stuff, and it was like, I had a little bit on a pedestal. Had on like a 20-month plan. No, not 20 month. I'm thinking something totally different. Not even relationship related. Sorry about that. But it was more like I say a 4-month plan, to be honest. I was young, all right? And like I said, had a little bit on a pedestal, right? And thinking all this shit. Then saw her at some party. It was a house party, and I think we talked for like 5 minutes. All of a sudden, we slobbing each other down. That went out the door. I'm gonna tell you what. This thing is an art, not a science. Sometimes a lot of dudes outthink themselves out of sex. They really do. They thinking, oh, what's the step by step? Like I get some dudes who hit me up and they say, what's a step by step I can do with a woman to get her in bed? I say, ain't no step by step. You got to go with the flow. Because see, understand one thing with women. They don't follow the plan. We wouldn't have none of these conversations if they followed the plan. You talking somebody going off emotion, man. Like a woman, she could look at you like 1 second and think you the finest dude. And then 2 seconds later, shoot, think about, remember this woman I dealt with, I say it was on some summer job and whatnot, right? This woman made a point of letting me know she didn't think I was fine. She said, you ain't fine, right? And then, all of a sudden, and she was sincere too. She wasn't just fucking with me. She was sincere. She's that type. If she told you something, you can look at her body language, her facial features, tone of voice, and tell she was serious, right? And then one day, she was, I don't know what had happened, right? But I was just like standing somewhere, standing a certain way. And she said, okay, you fine now. Like, I tried to stay like that the whole day. Look, man. Look. Sometimes, guys, you gotta realize. Sometimes you can't plan it out step by step. You can't go on quote unquote logic, because women, first of all, men and women think differently. So you can't if you're thinking logical, you can't think she gonna think logical. In fact, women who are too logical, usually, I mean, they're good to go for hanging around dudes being one of the boys, but if you find they ain't, unless they got a killer body, they ain't that sexy. Because they not gonna do things like a woman would, right? They going, in fact, yeah, you can hook up with them and shit, but you're gonna find there's something about them that's not like really touching you on a deep level. Then you get that ditzy woman who's totally feminine, floating around like a butterfly and stuff. It's like a logical argument for wanting anything to be useless to her, but she'll like something because, well, he had a cute smile or something. And they serious too. Guys can't understand that, but see, they're different. As a result of them thinking differently, you can't do anything the same way. You can't think you can be on a timetable, man. I'm gonna tell you something that's happened to me, and this is part of the reason why I have a general different view on relationships than most people, and this is just from a personal standpoint. I've had like several women kiss my ass out the blue, or come on to me, grab me, or something like that. Shit, I need to be screaming me too. Seriously, and this would be out the blue. I remember I was in an office. I was sitting there chilling. Now, this woman had given no real indication that she had any interest in me. But it was the two of us in there. She came in there, sat on my lap, and just kissed me. I was like, shit. Look, you can't. Sometimes you just gotta go with it. Don't think about it too hard. Cause I get guys, you know what? I get guys privately, sometimes publicly, and they got all this stuff. They can tell you what's going on biologically and all of that. And I'm just like, dude, it ain't that deep, man. Just go with it. Don't do something because you shouldn't do it. Don't think about the whys. Now I know you know me. I can get into some deep stuff, especially people who on my private channels and everything. And I talk about the imprint and stuff. But it's kind of like a car. You know what? It's good to know like the mechanics of a car. And if you're not going to be the type to fix a car, it's still, it's kind of cool. It's like, oh yeah, it got a 2.2 engine. It gets 0 to whatever in however many seconds, and it got Bluetooth, and it got anti-collision and all of that. But at the end of the day, you just gotta get on and just strap yourself in, put it in gear and just drive. Seriously, and I think what's happening is with many guys, they getting so much into thinking and they got to do this and they trying to do step by step and they analyzing it so much that they get caught in what some folks are called a paralysis of analysis, right? And it's not, sometimes that hurts you. Sometimes you just got to go for it, Sometimes you can't meet a woman and say, okay, I'm going to get a number here, then I'm going to do this. Sometimes you got to be like, look in the eye and just look her dead in the eye, grab her hand and stuff, and hell, just reach and kiss her or something. If the vibe is there, they'll do it sometime. Like I said, I've had that experience a lot. That's why I look at relationships different and not big on chasing. Because if they want you, they want you. Right? But too often, dudes don't just do the regular stuff. Because and that was a criticism I had of my book, Nice Guys and Players. I didn't give a lot step by step. Because my thing is, you need to be a certain state of being. Because you never know. And it's like I said about, did the video on presentation. You never know. You never know when it's going to come up. Oh, and speaking of which, I forgot about this. This video is sponsored. I should have did this at the beginning. This video is sponsored by healthymission.com. The link is in the description box. It's a website that has a lot of healthy articles on healthy living, different aspects for men, women, and children. So y'all check that out, healthymission.com. All right. In fact, that's that little red thing that's going across the bottom. That's the website. Check that joint out. All right. So anyway, right. You just, people gotta get out of, men especially, man. Sometimes, man, it's like I say, it's good to know those things. Because it's good, for a man, it's always good to have knowledge. But don't get so caught up into it, because sometimes the woman she ready to go buck on you right then. And you going through all these progressions and shit. It's like, okay, I'm gonna talk to her here, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna touch her arm right here. I'm gonna do a little bit of this, then I'm gonna do a little bit of banter and shit. And she's sitting there like, damn, motherfucker, just come on with it. God damn. Shit, she's sitting there like, damn. Meanwhile, you got some person who can't pronounce the word handkerchief. He looking at her, he's like, shit. Hey, Mom, come here. Real quick. And he get it in. In fact, shoot, she was hot for you. But because you tripping and shit doing all this long stuff, somebody else come in there and get it. I've seen that happen a lot. It's like you did all this shit, right? And because you going on some dubious plan or some step by step, you like, well, I'm gonna take my time with it and get her fired up, right? It's like you take out to a dinner, you take out to a show, whatever, y'all have a good time, you might even take her dancing. But because it ain't on the schedule, you like, nah, I'm gonna make her wait, act like I ain't pressed about the pussy. You take her home, she hot as shit, you don't make a move, and she's like, shit. Let me go call Pookie up. Shit. Go get Pookie some. Or whatever. She'll give somebody some just cause he there. Ain't it love it? Shit. Like I said, I've seen that shit happen. So sometimes, man, just don't you gotta be ready for in this thing, man. Like I said, it's good to know those things, but you gotta be ready for whatever. It's an art. You gotta be ready for any contingencies. Be prepared for them, because you never know when that moment will come, and so you gotta be like boom, you gotta go with the flow, be able to read her and stuff, you know. But anyway, y'all. Yeah, that's it. I always gotta take off my glove because this ain't one of those gloves that can turn this joint off. But anyway, yeah, just look. It ain't that deep. Don't think about it that hard. Seriously. Don't think about it that hard. That's what's getting a lot of people in trouble. They in their heads too much. I've told coaching clients this. Get out your head. Alright? Get out your head sometime. Just go with the flow. You gotta be kind of instinctual with that shit sometime. Alright? So anyway, talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Peace.